Hi guys and welcome to another video. About a month ago, on Pokemon Day, Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet were revealed, and a lot of people, including me, were really shocked. I mean, it was obvious that Gen 1 is going to come out in 2022, since Sword and Shield came out in 2019, and a new generation comes out every 3 years. And also they released Legends Arceus in January, and they definitely wouldn't do that if they are planning to do something big later on in the year. But I still didn't expect they'll announce these games so soon, because they only announced them about a month after Legends Arceus came out. So they really took away the spotlight from that game, which almost seems unfair. But nevertheless, I think these games have a real chance of being one of the best or even the best Pokemon games of all time. So in this video, I will list my 10 hopes for them. Number 1. A good open world. It has already been confirmed that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will be completely open world. So not like Legends Arceus, where you have 4 big areas you need to do in a specific order. No, this time it will be one big open world. And that probably has me excited the most about the game, but it also has me worried the most, since this is the first time Pokemon's done something like this, and they could very easily mess it up. Maybe a lot of the overworld feels empty or too similar, or maybe big chunks of the overworld are locked behind story progress, which I also don't really like. I loved how in Breath of the Wild, after you do the tutorial portion and maybe a little bit more of the story, the entire overworld opens up, and you can explore every nook and cranny of it before even taking on the first Divine Beast. I know we're already talking way too much about Breath of the Wild in my videos for Legends Arceus, but what can I say, Breath of the Wild is a really amazing game, and Pokemon's been clearly taking inspiration from it. Number 2. That you're able to challenge the gyms in any order. This is something people have wanted for years, but it wouldn't really make sense in any of the previous Pokemon games. But now that we're getting an open world game, it would actually make much more sense than having to battle the gyms in a specific order. And this would also add a lot more replayability to the game, since obviously the gym leaders would use a different Pokemon depending on how many badges you had when you challenged them. So every time you play through the game, you will challenge the gym leaders in a different order and get to battle different Pokemon and have a different experience playing through the game. And there's already precedent for this in Universe. In Pokemon Origins, Brock asks Red how many badges he has, and when he said he has none, Brock decided to use his 2 weakest Pokemon to battle him. Number 3. New regional forms and evolutions. This almost feels like a given now, but I still wanted to put it on this list, since it's one of my favorite things in modern Pokemon games. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how Pokemon adapted in the Iberian Peninsula. But what I'm hoping the most is that they give regional forms and evolutions to Pokemon that really need them, the same way they did with a lot of Pokemon in Legends Arceus. I'll probably do a full video listing the Pokemon I want to see get regional forms and evolutions in Scarlet and Violet the most. Number 4. Good graphics. I'm not one of those people who's obsessed with the graphics. Legends Arceus didn't look the best, but I still think it's an amazing game and I really loved playing through it. I rarely even thought about the graphics. But in the Scarlet and Violet trailer, even though there are a lot of shots that didn't look the best, there are some things that gave me a lot of hope. More specifically, the model for Seviper, which has visible scales on it, and the model for Magnemite, which is actually reflective, like metal. And I really hope that's an indicator of how the rest of the game will look, and things that don't look the best just aren't polished yet. Number 5. Requests. Requests are one of my favorite things in Legends Arceus, and I really hope they stay in Scarlet and Violet. So let's say you enter a new town, and you get a couple of requests. One of them is a person talking about how while walking through the woods, they randomly entered a really weird area filled with Pokemon, and they want you to go explore it. Or while surfing on the sea, they got attacked by a really aggressive Pokemon, and they want you to go and defeat or catch it. I think requests like this could really help you explore the overworld more and find rare Pokemon and areas you wouldn't just randomly stumble upon. Number 6. That the final evolutions of the starters aren't humanoid. For the last few generations, every starter final evolution has looked humanoid, and a lot of them, especially in Gen 8, haven't looked the best. When I first saw the Gen 9 starters, I immediately thought that Sprigatito looks really cute. Hopefully it stays on 4 legs. But I thought that Fuecoco doesn't really look like a Pokemon. It actually reminded me of the creature from Cut the Rope. But over time it grew on me more and more, and now it's my favorite of the trio, and probably the one I'm going to pick. And while I'm still not that big on Quaxley, I think overall this is a pretty solid starter trio. And more importantly, they don't look like they could get humanoid. But you can never be too sure, and you can only hope that they get good final evolutions. Number 7. That it keeps the quality of life features from Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus introduced a few new quality of life features that made the game more fun and fast-paced. Some examples of that are the new moves learning system, the fact that you can evolve your Pokemon from the menu anytime after it has met the requirements for evolution. It doesn't just try to evolve every time it levels up. And catching a battle evolved Pokemon is much quicker. And I'm pretty sure they'll keep the first two, because why wouldn't they? It's objectively better this way. But I doubt that they'll keep the third one, since it was probably only there because the entire point of Legends Arceus was to catch every Pokemon. But it's kinda easy in every Pokemon game, but this time it really was required to even battle the final boss. Number 8. It takes inspiration from Portugal too. These games will take place in a region that's based on the Iberian Peninsula, and there's already clear Spanish inspiration in the trailer. But I hope they take inspiration from Portugal too. Maybe they could be a part of the region that's based on Portugal, or some Pokemon designs that are based on Portuguese culture. I just think that a game that's based on 2 different countries and cultures would be much more interesting than a game that's just based on one. Number 9. A new evolution. Getting more new evolutions is something people have wanted since the beginning of Pokemon. But the last one we got was almost 9 years ago, and that was Sylveon. And at the time a lot of people hoped that we would get either a Steel type or a Dragon type evolution as a counterpart to Sylveon, since both Umbreon and Espeon and Glaceon and Leafeon came in pairs in which one of the two was strong against the other. But both Generation 7 and Generation 8 came and went, and we still didn't get our Dragon or Steel type evolutions. And the prospect of getting a new evolution is getting less and less likely every new game, but we can still hope, right? Especially because both a Dragon type and a Steel type evolution would look really cool. Number 10. A difficulty option. A lot of veteran Pokemon players complain that the newer Pokemon games are too easy. And while I do agree to an extent, you also have to consider that the target audience for Pokemon are kids. And a lot of them would get frustrated and quit if the game was too hard. But a simple way to fix this would be to add a difficulty option. A lot of games nowadays have a difficulty option so that both hardcore gamers and more casual gamers or younger kids could enjoy the combat of their game. And Pokemon did actually have a difficulty option in Black 2 and White 2, but it was implemented in the worst way possible. You first had to already beat the game, then I think you had to connect 2 games or something like that. All in all, it was very much needlessly complicated. And a simple, how hard would you like the game to be? Easy, normal, hard, Pokemon Master at the beginning of the game would be much better and simpler. And that's the list. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe consider liking it, or maybe subscribing to my channel and ring the bell button, so you get notified when I upload another video. Also leave me a comment telling me, do you agree with my list? Would you also like to see these things appear in Scarlet and Violet? And do you think they're actually likely to happen? And what are some other things you like to see in these games? I'd like to hear your opinions. But that's all I have to say for now, so I hope I'll see you again, and goodbye.